some high-tech stuff.
Okay, going live.
Okay. Adam, let me know when we're officially live.
I think we're good.
Think we're live. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Yes.
What's up, everybody?
Hello from New York City.
Now, let's see if we can work a little magic with all this noise. Okay, I just did that.
What was that?
I just messed with my screen there, so now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Right. We are all comfortable. We settle in.
Yes.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with yet another live, but this time from New York City. Just got here 3 days ago with my man Adam. Okay, good to be back in my roots. Adam.
Yes, I'm super happy and excited to be here. Of course. I just wanted to say real quick that we actually had an arm wrestling competition here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which I went to, and there were over 500 competitors in this competition, probably the biggest one in the U.S. this year. And it was run by Paul Lynn, and he did an amazing job.
The White Orc, man. Good job, Paul.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy. Yeah.
He did a great job. Yeah.
500 people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it was. Very well run. As a matter of fact, we were there until I think 9 p.m. is when they kind of finished up everything. And then
1 till 10 you were there, right?
Yeah, I was there 1 p.m. to 11.
Did you get in there, Adam, or what?
No, I did some after pulling. I think that maybe give me about 6 months, and I think that I could be kind of up to speed on strength. Once my shoulders healed up, I have 6 more weeks of rehab, and then I can actually lift weights again. So, honestly, I don't know, because I was doing so much after pulling, I wasn't watching all the competitors. So, but there were some amazing people there. Yeah.
Very good.
And tonight, of course, we have Devon Larratt, arguably the GOAT right now. I think the best ambassador for the sport. It's a privilege to have you on the channel. Thanks for coming back. And thanks for being a part of King of the Table and the movement that we're trying to make. You really stole the show. I said to everybody when they asked how the event was, I said, Devon killed it. And then I talked about everybody else. Honestly, you really stole the show. You blew it away. I was really, really happy with that. It was really exciting to see.
First time off the bench in like a year and a half, a lot of chi built up, ready to pop. So hey, thanks so much for the opportunity, guys. It's so awesome. The amount of heat that you guys bring to anything you touch. So arm wrestling loves you guys. And we're so happy that Adam, man, you started 40 years ago, or maybe 8. How old are you, Adam?
I'm 50, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were much older. My mistake.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, he was born in 1950. You mean he was born in 1950.
What? You guys are crazy.
Yeah. And Larry, you're on your way, buddy. We're so happy about everything. The whole world is cheering you on, man. Seriously, it's great.
You know what? I'm thoroughly enjoying the journey. I'm in no rush, and I love that guys like you and Michael. Even Brzenk was killing it late into his late 50s. I saw there's even that one guy who's built like a mutant, weighs 330 plus pounds, bald, glasses. He looks like
yes, Lupke's, yeah.
Yeah, and he's what, 65 or 70?
I think he's 68 now.
And he's still a wall on the table. So that really gets me excited when I think about just how long I could keep going in the sport. It's really exciting.
And that's how old people are now. And like everything, it's just gonna keep on sliding. I'm telling you, it's gonna be you and me. I'll be 100 and you'll be 80. And we'll be going, and I'll be so locked up, I'll be so tight.
Oh, God.
No, it's cool that you can do that. I think that arm wrestling is one of the most favorable for old people. Like the skill to age deterioration balance works out pretty good. Really, it doesn't. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In
Crazy George. Yeah, you guys know about Crazy George.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, people hate that guy.
Right, because he started the Kings move pretty much, right?
He's probably one of the biggest, he was the seed for sure for so much of this modern age Kings moving. Yeah. He was one of the best Kings movers, maybe even the best Kings mover. Yeah, I mean, he's like 72 or 3 now, but I mean, when he was like 68, he was beating all the world champions still. So
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
So
what's up, Larry? You got you got a few months of going back to powerlifting. Is that the deal?
Yes, it's been several years since I've done a meet. So I saw the opportunity to take a little break from arm wrestling, let everything get healed up and come back stronger than ever. In September, I'm going to go back to Dubai for the winter and prepare for King of the Table 2. Giving the audience, giving the channel a little sense of nostalgia, going back to training in New York City, the gym that I trained at before I went to LA and Iceland, Dubai, and before I really started gaining steam on social media, giving the people what they want to see, giving a nice long throwback with my old training partner, old gyms, old routine, and it's fun. It's just so much nostalgia coming back here and doing what I used to do a few years back. And I have such a long break from it that my spine and my joints feel really good. And I'm actually going to put up some pretty good numbers in a meet on September 11th. But after that, I'm heading straight back to Dubai to prepare for King of the Table 2. My opponents, I won't announce who they're going to be yet, but I do have one for right and one for left. All right.
Oh, that's great. So so you know who they are already.
I know who they are. Yes, I do know who they are. And it is 90% of the way confirmed. We're just working out the kinks. So it's coming. It's going to happen. But I won't make the announcement just yet. Still.
Man, you're killing me. Seriously. you're going to tell me in private, though, right? And then I'm not going to tell anybody, right?
No, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I'll be the first one to post the YouTube video right after this, guys. Check my channel.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you can tell Jody. But that's it.
Right.
I'm excited. So I saw you squatting 675 there with chains today.
Yes, and John told me, we're going to take it easy for your first day back. It's been a long time. 75%. I'll be 1 rep max. 5 reps with 3 in the tank, and you end up having me do a 1 rep max, which I thought was funny. So it was a real shock to the system. But I was surprised. It's kind of like riding the bike for me at this point. I guess it really would take even longer than that for me to really lose that core strength that I built up over a decade of powerlifting, right? It feels like I never left. It feels like I just had a few weeks off from the sport, not 3 years. So, Devon, I wanted to ask you, after the show, we didn't really get to speak much. You went straight home, and this is actually the first time we're going to talk about how you felt on the table that night versus how you felt the other couple of times with Michael. How did he feel to you in round 1? What happened in your head in round 1? Like, what were you expecting to happen?
Well, so I've arm wrestled. My dog wants it. 1 second. So Michael and I have arm wrestled a ton. I've trained with Michael. I've watched Michael for decades, right? So he's one of the guys that I really know really well. And it just so happens, I mean, we talked about Crazy George earlier. Crazy George lives just like 4 hours down the road from me. And he was the arch nemesis of my coach, a guy called Troy Eaton. So I'm super versed in the King's move. Not that Michael is just a King's mover. People say, oh, Mike can do more. Mike can do everything. It's just his King's move is really good and his press is really good. So I knew what the key would be to beat him. And I did not have that key in 2018 when I arm wrestled him. I just wasn't strong enough. I wasn't strong enough to control that area of the game. So basically, I was just scrambling for anything. But I had the key this time. I had the key to basically unlock his entire technical flow. If you can control the top of the mountain, you can chase a guy down and you can follow him and just make his day horrible. I controlled the height. I controlled the hand, so that no matter where we were in the technical arena, I was on top. So that was revealed rather quickly. And I was shocked, really. I really was. I thought it was going to be, I actually thought that Michael was going to be the favorite, or it was going to be a complete war. And you know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know what I'm talking about? You know?
Yeah,
I see you,
absolutely.
I see you.
Nah, I mean,
I see you.
he says, I know what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was
we
good.
things out, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for the opportunity. It was really good. You know, I did a few things differently this time. One, I mean, to have the motivation to come and do it under the PR umbrella, Core Sports, as kind of the icebreaker, I thought it was so cool that you guys were taking the steps. So I really gave it, like, as soon as I got the word, I basically changed my entire life around to try and give it my really best shot. I committed myself to obscene weight gain, and but the thing that I really did really well is I never did too much. I don't think I did too little, and I gave myself a lot of rest. Like I did like a 6-week taper. So by the time I showed up, I was just mint condition. Mint. Yeah. So it all worked out, man. It all worked out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the pancake thing, how much of that was serious? How much pancakes were you really eating on a regular basis? Because I eat pancakes almost every day, actually, just for fun.
Hey, Bree, how many pancakes do we eat around here?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Not as much anymore,
No.
but a lot.
We slowed down. Basically, you know,
I love her.
I feel like most of the time, like most of my healthy fitness athletic career, I'm kind of eating responsibly. You know, I'm eating, you know, natural, clean foods, not processed, and kind of a good balance of macros. You know, like a good balance. We all kind of know what that is, and I feel like as soon as this match was set, as a strength athlete, I feel one of the things you can do just to supercharge yourself is just to ramp the carbs, like, and make it so that no matter what, you are always happy. Like anytime, like you give me carbs, I'm a happy guy. Ramp my carbs, I'm always gonna have better blood flow, better pump, better healing. So yeah, I was just full. I was full from the time I woke up till the time I went to bed. Pancakes, whatever. I mean, I ate a lot of pancakes, yeah, but I was eating everything.
And guys, what Devon just said, when you're bulking, that's how it should be. You wake up full and you go to bed full. If that's happening, you're doing it right.
It's the most terrible part of the whole training.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's not only that. You're full and you're tired too. You're tired, you're gassy, you're farting every 20 minutes. You have shits about 3-4 times a day, maybe more. So it's, you know, it's not any easier than cutting. If anything, I think it's harder than cutting.
I feel like cutting has like a time limit. Like I feel like cutting is like a short-term thing. Like you do your water cut, it's like a week. You do like a little bit of carb reduction. You might diet for like a couple weeks, but bulking can be months. Like you can, and at the beginning it's kind of fun, but at the end it's like, no, it's like, please stop this insanity. Like, yeah. I'm actually gonna do a little fast here in a couple days. I'm probably gonna do like a 3-day fast, and that'll be my low point. Yeah. looking forward to it.
All right. Yeah, that sucks.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I mean, I've never intentionally fasted, so I can't say how bad it really is, honestly.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah.
You know, you got up to about 300, I guess, 90.
Actually, so the way it went was I was being tricky with my weight. I was telling people I was a little bit lighter than I was, and it was just because I wanted to mess with Michael. I wanted to kind of, when it was too late, kind of, show up and be like, rah, and he'd be like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, but so I was kind of lying about my weight leading up to the event. But I started probably about 3 or 4 weeks from the event. I was like 290 something, like 290. I was like really wanting to be 300. I really wanted to be 300, but it was really hard. Like when I was like in the 290s, my sleep was getting really bad. Like my cardio, like just to go like in a slow shuffle. Like I felt like my body was going to explode.
When I was 300 briefly for about 2 weeks, I was walking in the Dubai Mall at a snail's pace. And I remember after about 5 minutes of walking, I had to take a break and hold onto the railing. It was, right. I couldn't believe it. I thought I had a heart condition. I probably did at the time, actually.
Probably
did,
yeah.
But
super strong, right? Super strong.
Super strong. You know what? It was all worth it for that 45 minutes in the gym. You feel like Superman. It was all worth it.
Yeah. What did you get to that weight for?
It was for powerlifting meet, actually. It was for powerlifting meet. And I could only sustain eating like that, or I should say living like that. Like you said, the cardio, the sleep, the gas, all that comes with it for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Before I had to, it took a little while, about 4 weeks of ramping it up, and then 2 weeks of really, like you said, just constantly full and sick of food.
Yeah.
Before I had to have enough, and then I was done with the competition. There is word on the street that the match with you and Levon may happen. It's a possibility, right? We haven't worked out the kinks, and maybe it will happen for certain in the future. Maybe it will happen at King of the Table too. We don't know yet. But Devon, if that match were to happen, what do you think would have to change? Like, okay, we can't give away any secrets. Would you gain more weight than you did for Michael? Would you get even heavier?
I would try. I would try. Yeah. It's hard. But I feel to compete with Levon, I would have to max out my strength and then probably borrow some from you guys. Like, Levon is, well, you've met him.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. And he really left a strong impression.
Yeah. Really yeah. What an impressive human being. Yeah. So for me I feel like I am going to arm wrestle Levon. Like we all know there's a few things that have to be lined up, but I feel like it's going to happen. And so I feel like I'm already kind of setting the conditions for it. Like I feel like I have to come down, and I'll probably hit my low point probably within the next few weeks. And then I will try to, I'll be like the Burj Khalifa, man. I'll be as big as I can be. Like,
get taller too?
I'm going to try. I will try. Yeah. I'll be like this. It'll be like this,
Oh my God.
That's a good
example.
That's
insane.
That's a good
example. Hey, what an amazing opportunity to get to fight a guy like that. Not everybody gets to fight Levon. I feel like I'm going to get to fight him. And
like the best version of him. That's the thing. Him on his best day.
Yeah, he's in his prime. That guy is, winner of the top 8. Most people have him, leading up. That whole thing was weird. Like, why they wouldn't have let Michael pull Levon, it still pisses me off. It still does. Like, why that match never happened, it's disappointing for me as an arm wrestling fan to have never gotten to see that. And now that I've beat Mike, I mean, I feel like it's going to be me, you know? And I think that match, I don't think that, because I'm not going to stop. I won't. Like, I will not stop until I'm in front of Levon. But yeah, I'm excited because there's not many people who get to face Levon when he's in his prime, you know? And I've got this opportunity. I'll have the legacy hammer to come and bring it as an offering. So either I beat Levon or I'm the guy who gave him the hammer. So that's cool either way.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, if for whatever reason Levon was delayed, if you were to choose an alternative, someone who you think is also on that same tier as Levon, who would it be? Who would be the next best thing?
Well, I'll tell you, I really, really want the opportunity for my next right-handed match to be Levon. I really want that. Now, the way I see like really awesome matches for me, I see a couple choices. So there's who's the best right now, and then there are more like legacy targets. Legacy targets for me, Alexei Vivoda, Dennis Blankoff. You know, like to me, those guys, like I wanted to arm wrestle Alexei Vivoda my whole career. Probably one of the greatest guys to ever arm wrestle. He's a guy, he's like Tyson, you know, like, I mean, anytime Alexei Vivoda wants to arm wrestle, you better be careful. Whoever you are, even if you're the current world champ, I mean, you give Alexei, 6 months to train. I mean, scary. And then there's Dennis. I always wanted to arm wrestle Dennis right-handed. If I got that chance, I know that there's some health issues. I don't know exactly where Dennis is at. I feel like Dennis, even on his deathbed, is in the 99.99 percentile of strength in the world. But when you talk about who's the best today, there's Levon. Levon is absolutely the number one ranked, number one pick, and he's the guy that I really want. Below him, obviously, there's Vitaly Leletin, Ice Road Trucker. His potential may actually be unmatched in the long run. To me, Vitaly Leletin, I mean, he's already so good right now, and I feel like he's just going to get better. Next guy I'd say it's a toss-up between these two, but I'm gonna say Gennady Kvikvinia. The lifts that he's done in the gym over the past year and a half, even though a lot of people talk about Gennady and they're like, oh, he hasn't been active. Last match, he lost to Dave Chafee. Well, I think that right now, Gennady Kvikvinia is a super, super bad dude. I watch him do his lifts. These are arm wrestling lifts. There is translation. Like when a guy can do a certain movement with a certain amount of force, and he's been arm wrestling for 20 years, that translates. He looks super, super strong. And I know that would be a really fun match.
I just saw him do 100 kilogram isolated hook. What do you call it? A hook curl?
Hold on. I think that was Levon who did that.
Just now? You sure? I feel like it was Gennady.
I think it was Levon who just did the 100 kilo. I think I don't know that he crossed the center line. Not to say that.
Gennady just did it 2 hours ago. I'm looking at it right now.
Did he really? Oh my God.
Just did it 2 hours ago.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get on there. Yeah.
You gotta get on there.
Did Gennady do it where he crossed like the 90-degree mark?
I'm looking at it right now. Please hold.
Please hold.
Please hold. Unbelievable.
Oh God.
He's so strong.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's at 90 degrees. I'm not even gonna lie, he's at 90 degrees.
He did. He stopped at 90, or he went through 90.
He stopped at 90. He didn't go past 90.
Okay. That's it's ridiculous, right? That's a ridiculous movement. So there's Gennady, and then for the last pick, I'd say Hermes. So
Hermes, yes.
yeah. So I feel like these are all really exciting matches. They're like any one of those matches I would love to have. To me, they're matches where I get to go all in because they're matches that I don't know that I can win. They're matches that are East versus West. They tick a lot of boxes that make me really excited. But for me, right-handed, I really want my next like all-in match to be with Levon because I do think that he's the best in the world. And I think it would be, well, if I could get that match, oh my God, I'd be very happy. But left hand, I think left hand is an easy kind of fun thing for me that I can just kind of mess around with. So I'll probably be active left-handed, taking a lot of lower level matches. Yeah.
We all.
So what about you? You haven't told us yet. So I've told you like everything that I want.
Okay.
Actually, can I jump in here for a quick second?
Please do.
So Devon, Evan Bourgoin, is that how you say his name?
Yes, that's the guy.
He's been contacting me and he wants to go against Larry. Larry, he may already have somebody chosen, but he's like really trying to push. And he's in the chat right now.
Oh, yeah. Larry, do you know who Evan Burgoyne is?
I do not.
Okay, so look in the mirror, okay, and imagine the complete opposite person from you in all ways. That's Evan Burgoyne.
I'm drinking white and skinny.
No,
he's fat.
He's quite fat. He's fat. Yeah,
he's fat. Yeah, he's a fat alcoholic arm wrestling.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This guy, I'm telling you, I would love to see that match. I personally think that match is fireworks. I really do. I think it's a good match, actually. Evan's a very good arm wrestler. He's really good. He's been at it. I'm going to say he's been at it 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
Somewhere around there, maybe 8 years. Yeah, ish. And he's really smart. He's really crafty. I mean, he's just down the road like a couple hours. But he's drunk every day, He doesn't lift weights. Doesn't.
That makes him a good arm wrestler. Arm wrestler and liquor goes hand in hand.
It's crazy. If he beats you, you're going to have to change a lot of things, Larry.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, I'm tired of getting 6-0, so I need to choose an opponent with 1 to 3 years of experience.
But I would love it. I don't know if he's the right guy for you right now, but at some point, that match has got to happen. Just because I feel like it's opposite sides of the world colliding.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
I agree.
It's matter and antimatter.
Yeah.
It's basically like me and Adam having a super match, basically.
What?
Are you now, when you're down in New York training, are you really going to lock in to powerlifting? Are you going to do any arm wrestling stuff? Are you going to hit practices?
Mike Yellow is here. Of course, I have to get a session with Mike Yellow.
Yeah.
100%. But I did say from the date of King of the Table, which was exactly when, Adam? Exactly when was it?
You mean November?
No, the first one.
Oh, the first one.
28th of
May.
Yes. So now it's been 1 month.
Yep.
And I told myself I'll give myself 4 weeks, 0 arm wrestling for everything to feel rock solid again. And then I'll jump into a practice. So it will be, I'll have a session with Mike Yellow, for example, this week, if he's available. And then after that, I will lock down until the competition. Because for powerlifting, honestly, that kind of inflammation, if I'm going to be pushing 1 rep maxes to my absolute limit, it will get in the way. It's different if I'm doing strongman or if I'm doing bodybuilding. It's not that important that I don't have inflammation in my bicep tendon. I don't have any inflammation in my brachialis. That is not that important. But now it is. If I have any inflammation there, even when I'm squatting, it's going to really impede my training. So It will help, actually. I think just have one more session, take a couple months off after that even, and then get back to it full steam like I did when I was preparing for schoolboy. This time I have an even longer prep as well and a longer taper. So it won't just be 7 days of rest. I'm gonna try and get at least 3 weeks. So be like another 6-week training cycle, but instead of 1 week off, it'll be 3 weeks off. That's my plan.
That's way better. That's way better. Yeah. What about any kind of, you gonna do any like stuff that doesn't really give you too much inflammation, but just like, keep up on your wrist curls or stuff like that?
Yeah, so it's actually going to be, I'm still going to work heavy twice a week on hand and wrist. Not any pinning because that will light me up. But I still want to keep my fingers strong because I have noticed a huge improvement. You couldn't tell in the match, but I have noticed a huge improvement from doing the movements Coach Ray had me do. I never really lost my cup or got my hand open up too bad, but like my pronation, my containment, my wrist, all that I'm going to work on from the wrist to my fingertips, just not any pinning. So no hook training or like heavy back pressure. So I'll be avoiding lighting up that brachialis.
So you're not gonna beat Gennadi's thing there, eh?
You know what though? That might be worth trying just for fun. Maybe when I do arm day, like start off with that and then just see what happens.
That's a good place to start right there.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man, who's in New York who's really, really good? Like Mike Aiello is awesome, but there's a really smart guy, Mike Saliers.
Yes, Mike. Of course, I know him very well. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably love to get some time with that guy. He's super sneaky. That's a sneak.
But he is technical too. Yeah.
To get the most out of that particular day, now that you mention it, it would be smart for me to get not just Mike, but Mike, the man you mentioned, maybe even a couple other guys who you think would be smart for me to have in so I can soak as much as I can in on that day. Because after that, I will go into a little hiatus for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he's in jail or something, but Jason
Vale, yes.
He's widely considered one of the best strap pullers that's ever lived. And I'm pretty sure he's in New York also.
He is.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of guys from New York. I mean, it's a really big old club, so there's probably a ton of guys there that I should know that are super smart, but I would for sure start with those three names: Aiello, Saliers, and Vale. I'd try and find those guys.
Okay, we'll do. Briefly, wanted to touch on that Gennady 100 kg curl. I did at my best with Ray 50 to give perspective. And he literally did double. And I have a strong strict curl. I strict curled 105 with my back and butt against the wall from a dead stop, which is a pretty elite world-class strict curl. And he did double my best one-arm dumbbell curl. I don't know what to call it. What do you call that particular movement, Devon? The one-arm?
Marshall?
I call it a hook cheat. That's what I'd call it. But
a hook cheat, yeah. He literally did double my best. So I'm a little bit eager now to at least close that gap a little bit, coming around the middle at 75. That'd be fun.
It's so crazy to me. I mean, we all have our different perspectives. From my position, I would advise you not to fall too in love with any of the gym lifts. That's what I would kind of tell you. Easy for me to say because at my stage in my career, like none of that heavy lifting really helps me. I just get lit up way too quick. Okay. But I do believe that arm wrestling is, everything's got to kind of roll around and move from one position to the other. And when you start to develop these really hard locks, sometimes the adaptation that gives you is not always favorable actually to the sport. I'd say don't, like a lot of times, when you're a hardcore arm wrestler, you start to really fall in love with these lifts and these movements, and they become more of a focus than what's going on the table. And Truth is if you go too crazy with them, I feel like they can actually hurt you and set you back.
I can totally see that. I can totally see that.
I mean, not to take anything away from Gennadi's lift. If he's still healthy, like, man, oh man, it's just sometimes to get those lifts, it comes at a bit of a cost to your health. Like, you can hurt your elbow, like you can hurt your joints lifting in a certain way, and it's so important to be healthy, right? Like, the health of your joints in the sport of arm wrestling is one of the most highest priorities to maintain. So,
and you know, on that subject, if you guys are wondering why I've had such a long hiatus from powerlifting, it's because I have reached a peak. You know, my body now has not gotten to its limit, not by any means, but it's close to it. And I have more in the tank, absolutely. Do I want to be over 300 pounds? No, it's extremely healthy for me. So what I can perform, what I can do at 275 to like 285, where I still feel healthy, is not much more than I've already done without really pushing the envelope with drugs, with food, you know, with all of that. So that's why I've had such a long break. Also, my joints, it's not healthy. Like, I only have so many PRs for the squat, bench, and deadlift left in me, you know, before something gives that will make it where it's never the same again, you know? So I do get what Devon is saying about pushing the gym lifts too much and how it could set you back. Because I have yet, knock on wood, to have a life-changing injury where I'll never be the same. Like, the injuries I've had have always been small and insignificant, and I've had a maximum of like a 6-month recovery period before I was back stronger and bigger than before the injury, you know. But it's only a matter of time if I'm going to keep pushing that envelope before something major happens where it will never be the same again, you know. So that's why I've had a long break, to make sure everything is 100% healthy again, and that when I go all out, you know, I can go into it with confidence, knowing that my body's ready for it. Yeah.
So, what weight are you going to compete at on the 11th?
It's going to be, I'll be about 285. That's where I feel my best. I feel really good at 285.
285. Now, I thought the division was 275.
The division is 275, but I'm very superstitious. If I even cut 3 pounds, I worry that I'm going to tear something. I want to be as bloated, not bloated in a bad way, but I want to hold as much water and feel as full as possible on the day of the meet. I don't want to lose any of that, even if it's literally 3 pounds. So I want to go in literally the exact same weight I've hit my best lifts at. So that nothing has changed from my PR squat bench deadlift in training to the day of competition. I'm the exact same weight, give or take 1 to 3 pounds. So I'll be bumped up to next division. So I'll be at the 3 weight class, but because it's been a long hiatus, we're not sure what numbers we're going to go for now. We're still hitting the baselines this week. And I don't want to go above 290. After 290 is where it's just not worth it being that unhealthy for me. It's not worth it. So 285 is a sweet spot.
When you set your world record, was that at 242 or what was that?
I did it in 3 different weight classes. It was 242, 275, and 308. And for 308, I broke it weighing with a 280, I think 282. I only weighed it at.
Yeah.
I only weighed 282, breaking that record.
How heavy were you at the Arnold's in 2020?
How heavy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you broke the world record that day. I remember I saw you there at the Arnold's. What was it? How heavy were you?
I was 282, I believe, or 283.
Oh, so you were 282 that day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? I could have cut literally 7 pounds, which wouldn't have been much, and broken the record significantly for 275 weight class. That's a big jump. We're talking about 40 pounds, because guys at 308 are cutting usually from like 320, 330, some of them even, to get down to 308. So you're in a whole nother tier of big men. 275 would have been a huge record. I would have smashed it if I cut, but I was too superstitious about cutting anything and then getting hurt. It wasn't worth it to me. I'd rather just chip the world record and then try and smash at 275.
How long in powerlifting do you have to rehydrate?
Well, what is it, like 24 hours? So sometimes you can do the weigh-in the day before, then you have about 24 hours to get back up to speed.
You'd be right there.
I would, you know what? But I've done that. I've done big weight cuts in the past, like, well, not big, but weight cuts between like 5 and 15 pounds.
Oh my God. Larry, what's a big weight cut for you?
To me, right now at this point, 5 pounds.
Are you kidding me?
I've been traumatized after when I've gotten hurt doing a weight cut the last couple of times. It got into my head, and now if I lose any weight the day before competition, it just I get in my head about it. It's more of a superstition. It's more of this happened in the past, and I'm too scared to take that chance again. To me, it's not worth it, cutting anything at all. I'd rather just go in as full as humanly possible and change as little as possible to give myself the best odds of not getting injured.
Yeah, you know? Oh, I get it. Arm wrestlers do massive cuts, eh? Like massive, huge.
That's so funny to me. And aside from arm breaks, I don't see any like rotator cuff tears or bicep tears or muscle tears.
It happens, like for sure. Guys blow their biceps, guys blow their pecs. That's the two you kind of see the most. Bicep, either from the top or the bottom, and you see pec. You see people pop their pecs as well. But guys cut huge. Like when I was pulling 225, I normally would be like 248, 247. That was normal for me. Like that's a very normal weight. And then, you know, over the course of a week, I just cut carbs, so no carbs at all. My calories would stay basically the same. The last 24 hours, I wouldn't drink any water. And I normally didn't even have to sauna. So that's like, you know, a good 20 some pounds over the course of a week, with most of it happening the last day. And then you got 24 or sometimes even 36 hours. And I'd be like right back. Yeah. Like,
Hey guys, we should open up the discussion to our audience here so that they can ask some questions. So while we're talking, we'll go ahead and answer some of the questions they have. Yeah, one of them, just so you know, Devon, actually a few people have brought up that John Brzenk wants to compete in King of the Table too.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, well.
Apparently he's been saying that.
I mean, John probably gets choice of whoever he wants to arm wrestle. However,
all right.
If John Brazing wants to arm wrestle me, the answer is yes. But
okay.
I don't know if he wants to. I mean, he's got his thing, and I don't know if he wants to go there. But if he does,
right.
Yes, I would probably. That's the thing, you know. You get that John Verzink option, Levon option. Yes. Man, that's a tough choice right there.
Yeah.
Love me some John Verzink.
I would go ahead and say I would choose the guy in the prime. I would choose the guy in the prime and what's the word?
The legacy match.
Yeah, I would do that.
That can come later. Yeah, it's true. I do have to arm wrestle Levon while I have the opportunity, but you know, John Brazing is the greatest arm wrestler that there's been. Any chance you get to be on a table with that guy, oh my God, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. But that's cool. That's cool. Who would you put him up against? Who do you have?
Oh my God.
Oh, you know what? Listen, there's so many great matches for John.
Yeah.
Okay, I was talking about Vivoda.
Yes. Vivoda would be good for him.
John Brzenk versus Vivoda. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, man. If you could get John Brzenk versus Alexei Vivoda, and if John committed. Like if John was like dialed in, that is history right there. That is because that's the one, like Alexi beat John and pulling John, and then John went on like a crazy rampage afterwards, you know, trying to get back to Alexi. Alexi disappeared in a bobsled, never really got a chance to get back. That's a win that I'm sure John wants back.
I think we have some phone calls to make after this, Adam.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
that's definitely a big match right there. That is a big match.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So let's see. Anybody have any questions here? Well, we got a bunch of super chats in. Most of them are just comments from DSR Reacts. Thank you, and Caleb and Niagara, David Thomas, SG Records, Shredder, Carl, Mike Smith. Thanks guys for sending in your comments. We really appreciate it. One of the guys asked, Shredder asked Larry, wondering if you've ever noticed any carryover from your arm wrestling training to your other lifts.
That's a good question, and the answer would be a big no. Not at all.
Yeah,
not at all. It's very sport specific.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very sport specific.
Yeah.
But guys, we're gonna keep this up until about 9. So we want to take the final 12 minutes to bombard Devon with questions. All right. So I want Devon questions. Okay. I've been reading the comments section. I've been reading your engagement in the chat box, and I need you guys to ask some questions. Okay. While we have
some light
on board.
Too much light.
What's that? Yeah, too much light, Adam.
Yeah, it's dark in here now. We need lights in here, Larry.
I just got it 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know. We just a new apartment, so.
Teen Laquifa asks, Devon, what is your record against John Brzenk? What is your record?
Well, so left hand, we've never arm wrestled. Oh, wait. No, I don't think we have ever arm wrestled left hand. We were at the WAF championships in like 99. He got a gold medal. I got a bronze, but I don't think we ever competed. I arm wrestled him, I think it was 2005 or something in Hiatus. I was kind of on my way coming up. He beat me twice. And then in 2008, that's when I kind of got the world title from him. I went 6-0 against him. And he got the last 2 at the WAL finals in 2015. Yeah, and he went on to win that year. So, yeah, we've gone back and forth a little bit. John's quite a special guy in the sport. Yeah.
I actually have an interesting one here. Your Muff said, when are you going to visit Alex Toprow's NYC team? Has that already happened? Have you already visited the team? Alex Toprow's New York City team? He said
well, Alex Toprow, actually, to my knowledge, I think those guys moved to Florida.
He did. Yes.
Yeah. Alex is down in Florida now, and Schoolboy, I think he's stuck in Russia right now. So
yeah, he is.
Alex is training out of Florida. I'll probably cross over into the States maybe in August. I don't know. That's kind of the rough plan right now. And when I go, hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more than just a quick pop over and pop. Hopefully I'll be able to do 2 weeks. Florida is definitely on the list, so I'll hopefully get to go and hang out with those guys and see who's around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like this one. Where does Eric Spoto place in arm wrestling right now?
Ooh!
No, that's a good one.
Ooh!
That's a good one.
A question here.
Eric Spoto is a monster. Oh my God. Listen, you guys know, you guys obviously know Eric Spoto really well, probably on this channel, but I mean, the crazy thing is about Eric, I remember I met Eric, I think it was 2000 and I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that. Maybe it was somewhere around there. And I remember at that time, like I'm a super hardcore arm wrestler. I'm like on my way. I'm like national champ, like starting to get in with some of the best arm wrestlers in the world. And I go to the Vegas club, and they're like, "Oh, Eric's gonna show up in a bit." I'm like, Eric who? I didn't know who the guy was. And in comes this gorilla, and I'm telling you, this guy is so freaking strong. The legend behind Eric Spotto, like the things that this guy has done in the strength world in his life, so much of it is underground. He's a guy who doesn't go. He's not an attention seeker in any way. I mean, I feel like he basically waited till he could do the world record in bench, and then he showed up, started doing powerlifting meets. I think it was his second or third event he got the world record. And I think that this guy wants to do the same thing in arm wrestling. And I'm telling you, he's close. I am going to tell you right now, nobody really knows how strong this guy is. I've been pulling Eric every time I go to Vegas. Every time I go by, he's the first guy I call because I know how awesome he is. And I've never been there, and he's always been strong. But the last year, he's changed. Like, if I go back like a couple years ago, he's always been like ridiculous. But this last year, he's become a super student of the sport. I think he is. I don't know if I can beat him. Seriously, he's amazing. He might be the best guy in North America. I'm telling you right now. That's how good he is. Eric Spotto is super bad news for anybody.
What do you think is his single best attribute that makes him such a good arm wrestler?
Probably having like 30-inch arms is probably a good place to start. Like,
I'd say, yeah, true.
His strength is ridiculous. Like, his strength is I would say almost unmatched. His bicep strength, his forearm strength, all his strengths. And now he's become very studious of arm wrestling. I think he works I think he's training religiously to the same. I think he's doing the same thing that he did with powerlifting.
I like that you mentioned that. I like that you mentioned that because that is something that is very unique about him, not just breaking the record, but doing it in his second or third meet. Saying he wants to wait to come and make a real big splash. So if he's the kind of person to do that, he very well may have an intention of arm wrestling. And if he said he's close, that's something I never considered with him. Yeah. Totally right.
Before you leave the States, you got to pop out to Las Vegas. Just go and have a fun weekend or whatever. He owns his own gym now, Sin City Iron. Brandon Allen, he bought his old place. So you'll get to hook up with both those guys. You should definitely be pulling Brandon too. But yeah, man, and you'll get to see exactly how strong he is. And I think you'll be shocked.
I was shocked seeing the video footage. I was already shocked. Yes, that's something I'm eager to do. Something I never knew he was into. When I actually met him, what happened here?
He was actually arm wrestling before he was powerlifting.
Yes, I remember you had interviewed him and said he's doing almost a decade already. A decade.
I think his dad had him arm wrestling. I think he beat his dad when he was like 11 or something like that.
No.
Oh
my God.
I say 11. I don't think it's 11. I think it's like 12, 13. But anyways, it's some silly number. And then his dad is like taking him all around New York, and he never lost. I think he never lost as a teenager.
Wow. Yeah,
really impressive. He's really good. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, I think he'll beat Jerry. I do. I think he'll beat Jerry. I think he might beat Michael. Like I say, I think he might beat me. He's really impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Larry's laptop died. So he's over here now. Oh my God. Okay. Larry, do you want to take over here? Okay, all right. Oh boy. Oh, wait, you won't be able to hear anything because it's hooked up through my headphones. Here, let me okay, guys, hold on.
There we go. We're back.
Hopefully people can hear you. Ask if Devon can hear you.
Hey, Devin, can you hear me?
All good.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. So yes, my laptop just died. Adam was hogging my laptop charger. But we actually, anyways, are nearing the end of the live session. I'm glad that we got to briefly touch on Eric Spoto. I can't say the best for last. I think he is just diamond. No, he's not diamond in the rough. Actually, he's earned his reputation. He is someone that I will not leave the States without visiting arm wrestling for sure. I want to see what that feels like. I kind of expect him to feel something like Levon. I mean, he's almost as big as Levon.
Yeah.
He's about 350.
I think you'll find that he's quite unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like he's all side pressure, which is very interesting.
No, I don't think so. I think imagine a supersized Arsen Liliev.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like Arsen Liliev, bad little top roller, super explosive, super fast. I feel like Eric Spato's a little bit like that, but maybe not quite as refined in the tournament setting, but he's put the miles in, he's put the work in. Believe me, all like underground, like without telling too many people.
Yeah, I respect that.
Here we are talking about him. So
yeah, that is true. That is indeed true. Yes, where has gotten out? Yes. Well, Devin, thank you again for being a part of the channel, being part of the live. I'm sure I'll see you in the States before I leave, especially if you're going to be here in August. We'll definitely get together again.
Yeah. I'll when I pop over, even though we probably won't do much arm wrestling, I'll help you with your bulk because I'll be starting that as well around that time. So.
Oh, beautiful! I'll actually need a little motivation because my workout partner is trying to lose weight, and he's the last thing I need.
I'll bring you a bottle of maple syrup.
Even better. Yeah, I'll put it in the microwave and drink it like it's water.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I keep it in my gym all the time. It's ready to go. Nice. Thanks so much, guys. That was fun to catch up.
Absolutely. And I will see you very soon, guys. Thank you for being a part of the live as well. And we will see you very, very soon. Super excited to be back in the city. Yes, there it is. Yep. There it is.
There we go. A nice one. Very good.
All right. Yeah, you need to patent it. You, of all people, need to patent that. All right, fellas, we're taking off. Have a good night. And we